$1 trillion was wiped out. And some people think that Bitcoin could potentially be next, because we're starting to see some more correlation with the traditional stock market and Bitcoin and interest rates and employment rates and jobs and this and everything in between. So we're going to go ahead and cover it. We also have more news regarding XRP. Plus, we're going to talk about Tron meme coins when it comes to celebrities and that whole entire thing. And you guys know how I feel about that. If you're going to play with meme coins, if you're going to play with celebrity coins, if you're going to play with anything that is an extreme risk in our category 4, understand you're probably going to lose. Also, number 2, if you're not practicing risk management and having diamond hands, you're going to get absolutely wrecked. And understand that you do have to use disposable income. I support your guys' right to choose whatever it is you want to do with your money and your time. But at the same time, you need to exert caution. Always exert caution, especially with all of the Solana meme coins that we've seen. And again, I haven't played too terribly much on Tron yet. I might. We'll have to see. But people are able to sell those a lot faster. And at least with Ethereum, we had the gas, which kind of stopped people from selling as fast. But at the same time, there's a lot of risks. And if you pay attention, if you've been paying attention, oh, you can't hear me? Let's see. Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, guys? Better? Maybe? Okay. Let me get out of this and come back. Okay. Sorry, the TikTok live is not working. So let's get this situated. Let's go back and see. Okay, let's see if that works. Anyways, if you guys are gonna be playing with meme coins, have fun. That whole entire business, there's a lot of risk associated with them. I don't care what you guys do. That's another reason why we kind of stopped doing the Sunday stream, because things were just getting too crazy. They were just getting too crazy too fast. By the time most of you watch the video, it's like, it doesn't matter. So anyways, hopefully we can get back to a market where we actually get projects that launch, that are at least trying to launch with actual utility, and stay up and don't just dump. But again, that depends a lot on human behavior. But let's go ahead and get into it. First and foremost, let's take a look at the crypto markets over here. This is the daily. We have Aave, Stark, MATIC, SWI, whatnot on the daily. And we have gains across the board, anywhere between like 2 and 6%. Nothing too terribly great. Taking a look at the weekly, Floki is down 21%. Aave is up at 9.4%. We'll talk a little bit about the Trump DeFi project. Ordi, 14%. Not Render, all down. And that's probably because of how Bitcoin is trading. When we take a look at Bitcoin, and I don't think this is bearish. I mean, it's static. Okay. Sorry, guys. Let's see. That's weird. Sorry. Let me get my other phone. Let's see if this one works. That's super weird. I wonder why it's doing that. There we go. Let's see if this one works. I know I've got like 9,000 of them. All right, we'll see if that one works. Anyways, I can understand kind of the market sentiment, why people are a little bit like crabby and upset. Taking a look at how Bitcoin is trading. I mean, especially if you take a look at the weekly. With the weekly, we had this close over here at about 71,000. Actually, that was over here. April 2024, June 2024, 69,000. July 29th, 2024, 68,000. And then over here, 64,000, 65,000. So really, unless like we break above and are trading at like 67,000, it might be some more downward price action. So maybe that's why sentiment is so bad. And also too, possibly because we're not seeing a whole lot of price movement when it does come to some of the top coins on CoinMarketCap. Very, very minimal gains. Very, very minimal gains. I think the most exciting thing that happened recently was Tron flipping. Which one was it? What did Tron flip? I forgot what project it was, but they flipped one of the projects and they were able to get, or flipping Cardano and got in the top 10. So I feel like that was the most excitement that we saw. But overall, I can understand why there's bearish sentiment here. But at the same time, like for me, long term, I think once we really get into the bull run like crazy, I think we're going to see some nice price action happen. At least I can hope so. Other than that, Bitcoin will always be queen. And it's always something that we focus on a lot on this channel, because not only does she kind of lead the market, but at the same time, when she's doing good, the rest of the market does well in some cases. Now, taking a look at Ethereum is almost back up above $2,500, but at the same time doesn't look too terribly great. And we covered the story yesterday about this layer one not bringing in as much revenue as people thought it was going to, and it's a big disappointment. Also, too, as far as Solana goes, Solana is trading almost at really closely to 122 over here. And again, this is my buy area for a long time. But depending on market sentiment and what's happening price action, I might actually lower that to this area here, about $76. Again, I'm not saying Solana is going to hit that area. This is just where I would consider setting potential buys because I think Solana will continue to do well. So there's that. Now let's go ahead and talk about the stock market. So U.S. stocks drop as tech and chip stocks lead market decline. They fell on Tuesday with the Dow dropping over 600 points, the S&P 500 down 2%, and NASDAQ falling 3%. NVIDIA led the decline in tech chip stocks, falling more than 7% amid concerns over the future of AI investments. Investors are also eyeing upcoming jobs report, which could influence Federal Reserve's decision on rate cuts. And as we all know, the job reports is complete, absolutely ridiculous, doesn't really mean anything because it doesn't encompass everything that's happening with jobs. It doesn't. So with that being said, we'll go and play this little clip over here from Mr. Mario's page. Let me go and pull this up. And thank you guys so much for being here today on the show. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, set alerts on all that stuff.
Dow down 574 right at this moment. There are new fears about the health of the economy. We seem to have these, pretty often. I want to bring in NBC's Brian Chung. This time, what's behind it?
Yeah, and by the way, 500 points these days is not as much as 500 points used to be when the Dow was at like 20. Nevertheless, catching a lot of attention, people who are trying to pay attention to their 401ks. But some of this seems to be due off of some slightly disappointing data that we got this morning from the manufacturers. We got some data from the ISM and also the PMI. It's an alphabet soup, basically showing that manufacturing did slow in this country in August.
This is the thing. Anytime, this is why I don't watch mainstream news, and this is why I don't pay too close of attention to the stock market. It does not matter. Like, the current state of the economy is an absolute disaster. Things are not going well in any way, shape, or form. And what do they expect is going to happen? Like, of course, it's going to impact the stock market. Of course, jobs aren't going to be doing well. Like, if you actually get out and you talk to people, people are having a lot of trouble making ends meet. It's all over TikTok. You can see it there. I mean, in crypto, we're so very spoiled because in certain cases, it is incredibly easy to make money. It just gets ridiculous at what point. So again, I think that we will start to see some changes once election season is over. Also, too, since we're talking about election season, we do need to give some flowers to Mr. John Deaton, who is a friend of the channel. So as far as Mr. John Deaton goes, Republicans in Massachusetts select attorney John Deaton to take on Senator Elizabeth Warren. As most of you know, John Deaton is a powerhouse when it comes to crypto. He was the one gentleman that represented, I want to say, about 50,000 XRP holders on a global scale. Maybe even, I think it might have been 75. I forgot. It was a while back. But in the lawsuit against Ripple versus the SEC, and he's just done a lot for the crypto industry as a whole and is pretty much a fair person. But as far with him goes, we do need to give him some flowers and congratulations when it's due. He secured 64% of the vote and will now face Warren in the election in November. And yes, it is blue versus red. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I do hope that he wins. I really hope he wins because we do need people in office that are pro crypto, that want to introduce regulations that are fair to companies, but also protect retail. That also allows for innovation, but protects retail. And we're also going to talk about another story from the CFTC that is kind of a little bit ridiculous. I think it is. And again, because we have no clear guidelines in crypto, it's getting to be absolutely ridiculous. I don't know how much longer crypto is going to be able to just be in America. I really, really, really don't. And at the same time, I feel like most people that are creating or founding or trying to do something, they just want some sort of guidelines. And unless we get those guidelines, people are going to continue to either leave the US or whatnot. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I just hope we get a pro-crypto president. But again, the stuff with Trump with his new project is not looking very promising. And we'll talk about that too. And then I'll explain to you guys again why I've never launched a meme coin, why I never plan to launch a project, any of that, because it just doesn't end up working out. Because the minute you stop talking about or putting all your energy into it, the crypto community gets super, super toxic. And I understand because money is involved in it. But at the same time, like, things get a little bit crazy. But kind of back to the NASDAQ and the stock market, et cetera. When we're talking about NVIDIA, remember that we saw some altcoins go absolutely bonkers, and they were AI-based tokens, and they kind of took off prior to the earnings report. I believe that's what it was, getting dropped. So again, if you're somebody who's actively trading AI tokens, I'm sure you're paying attention to some of these top stocks and kind of cross-referencing, et cetera, and you'll probably be able to do well that way. But at the same time, I think that companies like NVIDIA, they might suffer depending on what happens regulation-wise with AI, because again, we still don't have that situated in the United States of America yet. I'm actually more concerned about AI than I am crypto. AI scares the living crap out of me. It really, really does. So there's that. Somebody asked, what are the best wallets to use? MetaMask and Phantom Wallet, those are hot wallets. Those are not super safe wallets. Same with Trust Wallet. My advice to you, for security wise, again, you can go ahead and fact check me. But I think if you're going to be using MetaMask and Trust Wallet and Phantom Wallet, you should do it on a phone that is completely wiped, that you don't use for daily things. Because if you're doing it on your daily phone, you can click on something and get drained. All kinds of crazy stuff can happen. But again, the most popular wallets that people like to use, Ledger, Trezor, Arculus, Tangem, paper wallets generally are the safest, but that whole entire thing. So let's go ahead and talk about the CFTC, because I think that this one is a little bit cuckoo. Maybe I might talk about this a little bit later. We'll have to kind of see. No, Wendy coin. I will never launch a coin. One thing I want to be very, very clear with, we talk about meme coins on this channel. We talk about all kinds of coins on this channel because it's a crypto channel. I'm never going to launch a token. There's literally no need for it. Like, what is it? So people could get pissed off at me that they didn't take profit or they didn't practice risk management, that they put money into big. You promoted this. I don't need a token. There's so many other dodos out there that are launching tokens that are just doing terrible things. Go have fun with them. I have no need to launch a token. I don't think that there's any, what is the use case? What's the point? You don't need to. There's other things that I do. Like I just yell out of the side of my neck on the internet. But anyways, let's get into this next story with the CFTC. This is something you should all be a little bit concerned about. If I were you, I don't know. No one really cares about it on Twitter. So the CFTC issues order against Uniswap Labs for offering illegal digital asset derivatives trading. And Uniswap Labs is going to pay $175,000 in civil monetary penalty to cease and desist from violating from the Commodity Act, CEA as charged. And the article over here, the little quote, says, today's action demonstrates once again the Division of Enforcement will vigorously enforce the CEA as digital asset platform and DeFi ecosystems evolved, said Director of Enforcement Ian McGinley. DeFi operators must be vigilant to ensure that transactions comply with the law. Okay, let's talk about this a little bit because this is a little bit frustrating to me because it is a DeFi platform. So basically the case details, and then I'll give you my opinion. They offered leverage or margin retail commodity transactions in crypto via Uniswap without proper registration. Leverage tokens did not meet legal requirements for delivery. Leverage tokens were offered to non-eligible contract participants without proper registration in order to stop future violations. The CFTC said Uniswap Labs cooperated, leading to a smaller penalty. Now, with that being said, let's talk about it. Actually, let me check something. I got a little bit of a message. Let me see what this is. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, there's this long thing. All right, so let me read this to you because it's relevant. Through the interface, users could trade hundreds of liquidity pools on the protocol, each representing a pair of underlying digital assets. Among the digital assets that users of the interface traded on the protocol were certain leveraged digital assets, leveraged tokens, developed and issued by a third party unaffiliated by Uniswap Labs. Issue 1. BTC 2 times flexible leverage index tokens, BTC 2x FLI, ETH 2 times flexible leverage index tokens, ETH2 flexible leverage index token Polygon, and Bitcoin 2 times flexible leverage index token Polygon, as well as ERC20 token, whose value was based on index and tracked price of ETH squared. Oh my God, that's so complicated. By purchasing leverage tokens through interface, users could obtain fungible token that provided leverage exposure of approximately 2-1, respectively, the price of Bitcoin Ether. For example, buying ETH X Filet would allow a purchaser to gain approximately 20% of the return if the price of ETH relative to USDC stablecoin rose 10%. Okay, this is the thing. When I hear about leverage stuff and it not being available to retail, I disagree with that. I feel that retail should be able to take a test, and if they're mentally competent enough, they should be able to trade on leverage. However, high leverage, 100 times leverage, 50 times leverage, absolutely ridiculous. Super, super, super ridiculous. I feel like that, like 2 to 3 times is kind of the sweet spot. Anything under 5 times, 5 times can be a little bit high, but again, that's a personal choice, something you're going to do. So I don't really agree with the CFTC on this. I feel that people can go to casinos, they could buy scratchers, they can, do whatever it is. Heck, they can go ahead and go find a bookie and get in trouble that way. There's all kinds of stuff that happens. So I don't agree with this decision. I think it directly impacts and attacks our decentralized aspect that we have. And if we continue to see momentum like this, we're not going to have DeFi in the US. And again, DeFi is going to be key to kind of deal with the oppressive nature that we're seeing in the United States of America when it comes to crypto. So I don't know exactly how Uniswap is going to navigate this moving forward. Are they going to put one of the geo things there to where if you're from America, you don't have access to those products? I don't know exactly how they're going to manage that because they're just a DeFi platform. So we'll have to see. But either way, I don't like this. I don't think that it's fair, and I don't think that it's really ethical. I feel like there's a better way to go about it. I feel like people should be able to have access to do whatever they want to do with their own money. Now, let's talk about US spot Bitcoin ETFs and what's going on with that. Because again, oh no, my computer. Oh no, it almost froze. Okay, let's talk about that. So, US spot Bitcoin ETFs see 287 million in net outflows, the largest negative flows since May. On Tuesday, spot Bitcoin ETFs in the U.S. recorded 287.78 million in net outflows, and Bitcoin traded down 3.93% over the past 24 hours at 56,680 at the time of writing. U.S. spot Bitcoin Exchange Traded Fund continued their streak of negative flows on Tuesday. So basically, money is leaving, people are selling. But again, when we do take a look at the chart with Bitcoin, we are looking a little bit bearish. We are in a downtrend. And I'm hoping that we bottom out soon. And I hope when we bottom out, we don't hit 31,000. I hope we don't even hit 38,000. I hope that we can really kind of stay above $40,000, really $50,000. But again, those targets are not unrealistic. It's not that they couldn't happen. I'm not calling that they're going to happen, but I would continue to be diligent in the market. I would. Now, let's go ahead and talk about this because it's a little bit funny. So this is a PSA, a public service department from the FBI. And I think it's pretty interesting that they decided to post this. They say that NK is trying to hack US Bitcoin ETFs to steal funds. They're targeting ETFs. They're using advanced social engineering tactics such as phishing and impersonation to deceive workers in the industry. And this is going to be a test. Well, first and foremost, I think this is a very weird story to kind of put out to the public from the FBI. Kind of weird, right? I just don't, to me, it's super weird. Like, it's just, there's a lot of other things happening in the world, but they're putting this out into the public. So there's that. It's just kind of weird. But this is going to be an interesting test to see what's going to happen with these companies that are custodying the Bitcoin or dealing with the ETFs. Because they have to be super secure, right? I don't know. I would hate for that to be my job. I would hate to be in charge of something like that. But again, it was really interesting timing that they put that out, in my personal opinion. All right, now let's get into this story over here. So this is from, my computer's being funky today. This is from 21Co. So the world's leader provider in access to crypto through simple and easy to use products. They're going 21 Bitcoin on Ethereum gives you Bitcoin that's native to Ethereum, no lock and mint technology, 100% backed by Bitcoin, institutional grade security, deep liquidity, operational excellence. So what actually is this and what is actually going on? Because this is they're basically, 21Co is a parent company of 21 shares, and they're launching a new wrapped Bitcoin token on Ethereum. And they're doing it to enhance DeFi adoption. We just had one of the largest DeFi exchanges, one of the first ones too, that was actually kind of usable, get hit by the CFTC. But this company is working on DeFi adoption. Wrap tokens allow a token to be used on another chain. We actually covered this heavily on Wendy's white paper way back when. Remember when these things first came out? They're super exciting. And users could access DeFi without converting to ETH. Wrap Bitcoin faced criticism involving Justin Sun and its custody operations. I don't know if they're affiliated with Justin Sun, but again, this is a separate company that's doing something. Do they need Wrap Bitcoin? Apparently they do. I don't like using Wrap tokens. I feel like they're just ridiculous. So I don't know. We'll see. If you guys are planning on using this, let me know. I'm curious about it. But yeah, it looks like they want to. I feel like when they say DeFi, it's not really going to be about DeFi. It's going to be more for the institutions. That's what I think when I'm getting on this, but who knows? I could be wrong. Now let's talk about the Ripple CEO and what they're doing. So during Brad Garlinghouse at the Fireside Chat at Korea Blockchain Week, Ripple CEO said that the company will launch its new stablecoin in weeks, not months. He's also criticized SEC Chair Gensler's approach to crypto, saying what happened to OpenSea is unfortunate, and I agree. I think it is very unfortunate. I think it's wrong. And the Ripple CEO said he is more optimistic about the next 5 years of crypto than he has ever been. So looks like new stablecoin is very close to launch, and rules out a US IPO, which that makes sense. Unfortunately, that would be kind of the path forward with Ripple, to have an IPO and to have like some sort of traditional financial product. But again, they're still dealing with the SEC. And I appreciate that he did kind of give OpenSea a shout out and said that that's kind of ridiculous. Because again, OpenSea is just a platform. It's just a platform so people can buy, sell, trade, do whatever it is they want to do. And I don't remember trading on OpenSea and having them promise me profit. So this is pretty good news for Ripple, but unfortunately, it's kind of sucks because it would be nice for them to have an IPO. It's also going to be called RLUSD, and it's going to aims to complement XRP and is basically going to address gaps left by dominance of USDT and USDC. And Garlinghouse also expressed no interest in Ripple going public. And he said this is due to the SEC's hostile stance toward crypto. So again, we're going to have big players like Ripple do things overseas, because overseas there's a lot more clear guidelines as to what they can and can't do. So this is for all you Solana people. We got a little bit of a story here. So scammers found a way to burn tokens from inside Solana wallets. I remember when I had a person on my show like a really long time ago when Phantom Wallet just launched, and they said that there was like a fee that you had to pay to use Phantom Wallet. I remember messaging them. I felt so dumb, and I felt so dumb. Because I was like, do you guys charge a fee for that? And they're like, no. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I figured. Somebody said, how's that Nero bag? Somebody commented on my my TikTok. They said that I promoted Nero. I actually didn't promote Nero. We talked about it on one of the live streams, on one of the coin live streams, because there was two of them. There was, I think, a Solana Nero and a regular Nero. So yeah, I don't know. But I'm getting a lot of people saying that, and it's just weird. Like, it's literally weird. And I told you guys, do what you want and have fun with it. But it just gets... Nero was crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I was not on Nero. Sometimes I tell you guys when I do the meme coin stuff, and sometimes I don't. But we talk about it. I bring it up. Oh. Come to Greece? Yeah, maybe. Maybe I will. Yeah, but anytime I'm investing in like a meme coin or something like that, I let you guys know. And also too, like the only celebrity token that we really kind of, well, we'll talk about that in a minute because that's one of the next stories. So let's actually talk about Polygon, okay? So as you guys know, today is a day that you are able to officially swap your MATIC to Pol. When I woke up this morning, I checked my MetaMask wallet, and it was because I have my MATIC Polygon is on Ethereum. So I actually have to go and I think there's a website, and it's all going to be here. Yeah, thank you, Raider. I never promoted that one ever. We definitely talked about it because there was news headlines about it. But yeah, if we're promoting something or talking about, we definitely let you guys know. It's important to disclose. We always disclose. Anytime we're invested, we're promoting, whatever. And we do have something that we are going to be shouting out that we are invested in a minute. So hold on with that. Okay. So this is the thing with MATIC to pull. And I did make a little bit of it. I made a video for you guys kind of covering it and explaining what it is, how to do it, etc. But basically, if you're holding MATIC or MATIC Polygon, you need to pay attention to this graphic here. I'm actually going to put it in the chat for those of you that are interested. Okay. What's going on over here? Hold on a second. All right. So for those of you that are holding MATIC Polygon, this is how you are going to upgrade it, swap it, whatever it is. And also, too, big shout out to everybody who's watching on the O Show. Shout out to Queen, to Mr. R, to John, to Little D, to John Germain. We already said Mr. R. Who else? Raider, Alexandra, Six Figs. Yeah, no Wendy coin coming soon. And Zimi Z. So again, if you guys, and shout out to Michael. So if you guys are holding MATIC Polygon, please pay attention to this. Also, this is what I was talking about. There's a portal right here. This is where you're going to go. This is where you're going to go to do your upgrade and to migrate it, etc. But one thing I will say, please always verify and double check that you're clicking the correct link. And in addition to that, I recommend using like a small amount to upgrade it and make sure that it works. And if you're holding MATIC Polygon on a centralized exchange, most centralized exchanges will support it for you and they'll automatically swap it for you. But if you're not, if you're holding it on like a MetaMask or a Phantom or whatever it is, you do need to read the instructions. Also, too, do not send funds directly to the migration contract. This will result in irreversible loss of funds. Be very, 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 very careful. Okay. So that's what's going on. It's starting today. I don't think there is a deadline to do it, but you should probably still do it when you get a chance. Okay. Now let's go ahead and talk about meme coins on Tron. Okay. So as you know, Justin Sun is going absolutely bonkers. All he's doing is talking about, meme coins and Tron and what is it called? Sun Pump or Sun Fun or whatever it is. As always, you guys, if you're going to play around with the meme coins, that's your business. You have fun. Should you trust a celebrity more than other people? No, you shouldn't trust anyone ever, any way, shape, or form. And probably if you are going to ape around with these meme coins on Tron, just be careful and understand you're probably going to lose most of your money. So basically, he's talking about which celebrities. I commented, I said you, because he's kind of well known, whatever. Also, too, he posted on something with Iggy Azalea. He said, let's do something together with Iggy Azalea. So it would actually be interesting to see if they do something. So as far as celebrity tokens go, like to me, they're the same as the other like meme coins, whatever, nothing special with that. Some of them have done well. Some of them have not. Some of them have gone to zero. Most of them have gone to zero. And that happens. It's kind of part of the thing, especially with this type of landscape that we're seeing in crypto right now. And I think the one that's kind of been a little bit of an outlier was Iggy Azalea's, was Mother. And that's something that I always kind of said. As far as like some of the other people, I said to kind of pay attention and watch to see what happens. And some of them did good and some of them didn't. But Iggy Azalea is kind of leading the way right now. So good for her. Happy for her. Happy for her community. All right. Next on the list for today. All right. So Lingo, as you guys know, we are invested in Lingo. We are invested in Lingo. We're invested in Lingo. We're invested in Lingo. Anytime we're invested in something that comes up, I do tell you guys about it. Oh, I have to talk to you guys about that too. Anyways, so Lingo has two main goals: to build the world's most rewarding token and to onboard the next billion people in Web3. They make it easier for beginners to understand crypto and Web3 and have a unique gamified model with real life rewards. Lingo Islands was highly successful and it helped grow their social presence. Millions of new wallets connected to the Lingo ecosystem. Even more updates are coming from Lingo Islands. And also, too, apparently there are some rumors that some big exchanges are going to be picking up Lingo token when it launches. Please understand, I am invested in this. So thank you. But I want to get back to this story. This one over here. So scammers found a way to burn tokens from inside Solana wallets. I forgot what wallet it was that ended up rugging and like took a bunch of people's funds. It was a Solana wallet. Was it Solfair or Soleil or something like that? This is like way back when, way back when. I forgot what it was, but you got to be careful with some of the newer wallets. No, this is water. This is my cup from Costco. It's a thermoflask. It's just water. Only time I drink is like maybe on the weekends. I have like a glass of wine. Anyways. Oh, we'll talk about that in a second. Well, let's get in this story. This is an important story. So, scammers found a new way to rug traders on Solana by burning their tokens within seconds of a trade. They use an inbuilt Solana token extension. It involves permanent delegate extension in Solana's token 2022 standard. The scammers can burn or transfer tokens without limitation after a transaction is complete, and permanent delegate is designed for legitimate uses like retrieving mistakenly transferred tokens, but scammers have exploited the tool. And that's kind of a really crappy thing that happened. Is I appreciate the permanent delegate, how it was initially designed for legitimate use cases like retrieving mistakenly transferred tokens. That's one of the biggest gripes that we hear happening in crypto, especially with Coinbase, is if you accidentally send, just for example, if you send Solana on X to Solana on Y to another chain, they can reverse it for you, or they can get it for you and give it back to you, but they don't. Like I've heard so many people, especially a lot of my audience members, talking about that. And it just kind of sucks. But again, like that tool is important, especially when you're dealing with mass adoption. But at the same time, like, it just sucks. Crypto is still pretty hard to use. It's still pretty complex to use. I know that Jesse Pollock from Base, he had posted something. He's all make wallets, or said something along the lines like make wallets so that dumb people can use them, or people could be dumb. And I don't think that was the right way to word it. Like, we need to, people in crypto that are building these utilities and building these products, they need to make things that make people that are not in crypto want to get into crypto and make it easy. That's my personal opinion, but I don't know. What do I know? Things. All right. Now let's get into this over here. So this is the whole thing that went on with Trump. So inside the Trump crypto project linked to 2 million DeFi hack and former pickup artist. This story is absolutely ridiculous. It's so stupid. One of the things I'm always curious about is that, like, some of the, how do I say this? I'll be nice. Some of the most interesting people get these high value gigs or these positions that they might not necessarily be qualified for. I don't even know if that's the right way to say it. Anyways, though. Whatever. So with this, basically what happened, let's go ahead and go through it because it's a big drama. And I really wish that Trump and his family and his team and all of that, I wish they would just kind of hold off on launching something like this. Like the digital collectibles was cool. I thought that was freaking awesome. But all the other stuff, like, we don't need a DeFi platform, especially something that's going to offer yield, considering the crypto contagion and everything that happened. Like, it's going to have to be something, they're going to need a lot more time to launch something like this. And it's essentially going to be like a bank and a savings account. That's what it's have to be. It's going to have to be heavily regulated. That's the only way it's going to work. But anyways, so the code base for the site was reportedly uploaded to GitHub and then deleted. CoinDesk said the document described platforms similar to Doe Finance. I remember that. Then they were hacked for $2 million in July. It was built by 4 people listed as Liberty Financial team members. People are saying that the project essentially copied code from a hacked app. That sucks. And a review of the code base shows the project appears to have lifted code directly from Doe. That's not good because obviously there was a problem there. The only way that might be positive and good is if they took that code and they fixed the issues with it. But I don't know. I feel like there's other people that Trump could work with on this. Anyways, it's not confirmed whether later iterations of the app contain earlier code. And as far as Trump's token, the document showed the project will include a token, WLFI, and non-transferable governance token. So that's going to be interesting. I don't think it's really the right time to launch this, but again, not my project. Doesn't really matter to me in any way, shape, or form. If you are going to use that, just be cautious and understand the risks. Now let's get into this. This is from Coinbase's chief legal officer said they've been in touch with both Trump and Kamala Harris's campaigns to develop their crypto policies. Let's go ahead and watch this story. Let's watch this story. Oh, I think we watched it together yesterday. We did watch it together yesterday. But yeah, so basically Coinbase is in the middle of both presidential candidates trying to figure out what's happening. And unfortunately for Coinbase, they're currently getting reamed by the SEC. So this is a strategic move for them to make sure whoever becomes president, they have access to, because again, Coinbase does a lot of custodian stuff for some of these big guys, and also works with ICE and helps liquidate holdings and all of that jazz. So with that being said, as always, you guys, thank you so much for watching the show. Make sure just to be really careful. Be really careful. If you're playing meme coins on Tron, if you're doing any of these risky activities, remember the 4 tiers. We have Bitcoin, the first asset, something that you're either accumulating, you want to hold on to, you want to pass down to, you want to hold for 20, 30, 50 years, whatever that is. Might not want to take profit on that. Second tier is like the top 100 coins, maybe 200 coins, projects that you really, 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 really believe in. Really, really believe in those. You still want to maybe have like a exit or entrance when you want to take profit, etc. I always love the moonbag strategy, or excuse me, that was tier that was tier 2, like Ethereum, Solana, that type of stuff. And then tier 3 is like all the other coins, the more legitimate stuff, the top 100, the 200. Have an entry exit. You have to have entry exit with all kinds of stuff, even if it's a 10-year plan. And then the last tier is like the pre-sales and the meme coins and the celeb tokens and all that kind of crazy stuff. And you have to aggressively take profit and understand you're probably going to lose your money. But anyways, you guys have a great, wonderful rest of your day. WendyO is out. Bye. Bye, guys. Trust Wallet is a